Okay, back at the hotel, Natalie and her mother were planning their day and doing their best to ignore Benjamin, who was pacing back and forth saying, I'm bored, over and over again. I've been thinking, Mary said, we should take some time to check out the stores around here while we're looking for shoes for Benjamin. That way we'll know what things are likely to cost when we move out of the hotel. Before Natalie had a chance to respond, they both noticed the door to their room swinging open. Turning in that direction, they caught a glimpse of Benjamin slipping out of the room and into the long hallway leading to the stairs. Natalie reacted first. Benjamin, stop, she shouted, running after him with her skirt hiked up around her knees. Although she was running as fast as she could, somehow Benjamin was quicker. She watched as he reached the staircase and climbed up onto the banister that topped the stair railing. Terrified that he would fall to the first floor below, Natalie stopped running and stood perfectly still. Her mother was only a few steps behind her, and she came to a sudden stop too. Not wanting to startle her son, she caught her breath and whispered, Benjamin! Come and catch me, Benjamin called out, giving himself a mighty push. I'm sliding! He picked up speed as he slid down the long banister and was moving very quickly when he reached the second floor landing. Then he slammed into the ornate knob at the bottom of the banister. With a shocked look on his face, he slid off the railing like melting butter. Natalie raced down the stairs after him, and Mary followed close behind. Are you all right? They both asked when they caught up to him. That really hurt, Benjamin said, bursting into tears. Natalie reached for his hands, feeling the stares of the people in the lobby. I'm sorry you hurt yourself, but it kind of serves you right. Benjamin pulled his hand back and glared at his sister through his tears. Come on, she whispered fiercely, grabbing her brother's hand. We have to go back to our room. Benjamin was sure he was in trouble with his mother, and he was upset with his sister. Plus, his backside was still smarting from his crash landing. He pulled his hand away. I don't want to go back to that stinky old room. I'm tired of that room. I want to see a cowboy, and I want to play my video games. Natalie and Mary exchanged glances and then looked down at the lobby. Several people were watching Benjamin's dramatic performance. Mary silently held out her hand, but Benjamin crossed his arms and stared at the floor. After a few seconds, he looked up at her contrite. I'm sorry, Mom, he said, uncrossing his arms and taking her hand. I know. She led him up the stairs and Natalie followed. When they reached their room, she closed the door firmly, standing for a moment with her head resting against the door. Then she turned to face Benjamin. We're going shopping in a few minutes, she told him, but first we need to talk about the rules. I know the rules, Benjamin assured her, wiping his nose with the palm of his hand. And there's probably a new rule about not sliding down the stairs, right? Yes, Mary replied, that is definitely one of the new rules. But there are going to be a few other rules we need to talk about because we're going to be staying in Virginia City for a while. Probably for the whole summer and for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. I thought we were going home in 2 weeks, Benjamin said with a concerned look on his face. Well, things have changed, Mary said calmly, and things are a little different here, so it's very important that you mind your manners, okay? Benjamin was puzzled, but he nodded his head. What's different here? Well, for starters, there are no screens here, Mary said. You mean they don't have video games here, or tablets, Benjamin asked? No screens at all, nothing electronic. And you shouldn't ask about those things because nobody here will know what you're talking about, Mary answered. What about TV? No TV either, absolutely no screens. But there are a lot of books, and I'm sure there's a library in town. Benjamin thought about that for a minute and said, okay, I guess we could go to the library, but I'd rather get a horse. I wouldn't miss screens very much if I had a horse. I'm sure that's true, Mary said, but a horse is a big commitment. We could talk about it some more after we've been here for a while. That would be so cool, Benjamin said. I would help you take care of it. I would count on that, Mary replied. So, since you weren't here for the beginning, they have accidentally traveled in time back to 1869. This is a family, the Taylors, with 3 children, Alex, Natalie, and Benjamin.